Hill beating Richardson. Breaker trying to get half it away. A nice little piece of play by him. And Steen was fouled by Adams. It'll be a free kick to Luton. Breaker, or was it Wilson? It's going to be Danny Wilson. Trying to hit Foster with it. 2 minutes to the interval now. Paul Davis could have been getting himself into trouble, but in the end releases a fine ball for Winterburn on the far side. But Donaghy there sticking close to Groves. Castle. Davis. There's space for Sanson. Hooked in there and goes behind for the goal kick from the head of Paul Davis. Very positive, getting through the challenge of Hartford to get there for that one. Rob Johnson getting it away. Too high that time for Adams. Steen caught in the midriff by the boot of Caesar. And it'll be a free kick to Luton Town. Danny Wilson will take it. Such a responsibility on that number 7 when you consider that Priest and Hill in the midfield are desperately short of match fitness. At least you would imagine they were. But so much will depend upon Danny Wilson's lively character. Big player up through the lower divisions with clubs like Chesterfield. He had a spell with Nottingham Forest and then with Brighton. Steen. Okay. Into time added on, 4 stoppages at the end of the first half. You're summing up of the first half, David Pleat?
Well, I think Luton have done exceptionally well. They've taken the one chance that's come to them brilliantly. They look a threat when they do get balls into the box. I think that Foster and Donaghy have been the real pillar of strength for them. They've handled it capably. It's about partnerships. They've played together for a very long time now. They know each other's game, whereas Caesar and Adams slightly untried. Adams has had O'Leary as his guardian for some while now. And I think at the moment, as I say, Luton will be very much happier. Apart from the 1 goal, they will feel that Arsenal haven't contributed too much to breaking them down and making chances.
Well, the last seconds of the first half now. We just had the injury to David Priest and Joe Worrell just adding on the best part of a minute for that now. Luton's free kick. Now Donaghy will take it. Towards Brian Steen. There goes the half-time whistle, and certainly so far after 45 minutes, all the gambles that Ray Hartford, the Luton manager, has had to take over the last few days are paying off. Brian Steen's goal after 13 minutes is what separates the two sides, but certainly Hill and Priest have done enough in midfield. Young Kingsley back has shown 1 or 2 moments down the flank, and Dibble has done well for Ray Hartford here as the Luton Town goalkeeper. So far, so good then for the underdogs, but you fancy there's a lot more football left in this Littlewoods Cup final yet. In a moment we'll get the views of Ian St John, but now we take a short break.
No, there was no foul there. That was a good header, nice clean header, and just went over the top. And that was a threat to them then. You know, the Arsenal must have thought, hey, you know, this big fella. And you see Caesar playing alongside Adams. That combination doesn't seem to me to be too secure.
Do you feel at the other end that Andy Dibble is showing the right sort of authority?
Well, I'm delighted for him because, you know, he's come into this game today. He made a couple of very good early saves, didn't he? Made a couple of very good early saves. And, you know, he hasn't done anything wrong. Hasn't done anything wrong at all, so I'm delighted for him.
David Pleat made the point before the match that he felt an early goal for Luton would actually make it a better game and give them a better chance of settling.
Well, that's right, and the thing about the goal that I felt when I saw it from up here in the gantry, I thought, oh, he's offside. Now maybe we can see it again here, Elton, I don't know. When the ball was played in, up the goal, I think that was Big Hartford in there. Big Fozzie got a little knock on, and he's onside, you can see there. Brian Steen coming into the picture, top left, and he come in from an onside position when Foster played it, and that was lovely, just a little side footer in the corner.
I think Greavesy might have been proud of the finish.
Well, that's right. I mean, we always relate to Jimmy when we see goals taken like that, because I mean, he used to always do that, just slot them in.
This is the opposite angle, of course.
That's the opposite angle, and Big Fozzie, lovely little delicate touch. Big Foster's got a nice touch for the centre half, you know. I mean, a lot of people think I'm just a big straightforward up and down centre half, but I've known him since he was a boy, and he can play football all right. He's got a nice touch.
Now, one of your duties this afternoon is to select the man of the match. Who's ahead at the halfway?
Well, it's always difficult. But I would say that the defenders of Luton are playing well. The four across the back are playing very well, and the goalkeeper, you know, and I would say Donachie, Foster, you know, any of those four at the moment across the back could do the business. Foster actually got one tremendous interception in the game. That was the goalkeeper coming out actually and getting that one just ahead of Big Foster. That wasn't actually what I was talking about, but nice to see, as I say, Dibble being very positive. And
yes, that was our deliberate mistake of the day, but it was just to show Ian that he's involved at both ends of the pitch, isn't he? So his contribution overall to Luton's cause this afternoon.
Big Fozzie, certainly, and you know, he's an inspiration. He's a skipper that leads by example, and I think Arsenal feel that they can knock balls through and catch them with pace. Up to the moment, they haven't done that. So they'll have to be a little bit more positive, Arsenal, in the second half.
All right, well, we'll see if Luton have got the legs to survive. All these players who've had so little match practice in recent weeks, we'll find that out in the second half. But for now, we're going to take a short break. Good Jim Rosenthal.
Darren, a pretty good first half from Luton's point of view.
Yes, from Luton's point of view, it is a very good first half. We got the goal which we needed, like after about 10 minutes, I think it was. Settled down into our game, and I think we played quite well, actually.
Graham, you must be disappointed that Arsenal haven't really put their game together, haven't really put Luton under any genuine pressure.
Well, we've only had one shot, Nigel Winterburn from the free kick. We're not getting enough crosses in of quality, you know, they're all from 30, 40 yards out. We've got to get behind them and get their defence turned.
You've sat in the odd Arsenal dressing room in your time. What will George Graham have been drumming home to them at half-time?
Well, get at them and show them what you can really do. You know, that's a big thing. We haven't played how we can play. That's a disappointment to us.
And Darren, what about from the Luton point of view, finally, what would Ray Harford's message have been in there to them, do you think?
I think it'll be to keep playing a bit long to start with first 5 minutes, and then I think we should start playing our game again by knocking the ball around like we did 10 minutes in the first half.
Thanks very much, gents. Next week, join Brian Moore. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Here we go then. At the start of the second half, Luton leading this Littlewoods Cup final by a goal to nil. Arsenal about to kick off. They'll now, of course, be attacking a goal to our right. Brian Steen, the scorer for Luton after 13 minutes. George Graham was saying in the week that the one thing that really bothered him was the inconsistent form that Arsenal have been showing lately. They've been good one day and poor the next. Reminding you that they've won only 2 of their last 9. And certainly it was one of their poorer days in the first half in terms of what they were able to achieve when really they'd had so much of the ball. This is Kingsley back. Certainly has shown no qualms about being put into a Wembley occasion at the age of 19. Wins a free kick. And before though Arsenal have been, you get the impression that they have one of those Liverpool qualities about them that you never write them off. There are qualities about them, as indeed David Pleat is well aware as manager of Spurs last season when they were behind for so long in those semi-final matches in this Littlewoods Cup and eventually came out and won it. Rees, Davis, Rocastle, Thomas. Now he's a man who could make a difference if he'd make a few more forward runs. You agree with that Arsenal quality though, David?
Yeah, they've got great resilience. I think all big sides have. I mean, they're very strong physically. They'll keep going for 90 minutes in this game. They'll keep throwing balls into the box, and eventually they have to believe, they'll stay optimistic that they'll get to break.
referee showing first. Flag up for an offside against Mick Harford. Adams. Wanting somebody from midfield to come a little closer, so he swings it wide towards Richardson on the far side. He's beaten away by Ricky Hill. Here's Brian Steen. Wilson. Hill on the far side. Tucked in nicely. Played it for Steen. Harford's waiting in the middle. He'll wait in vain because Michael Thomas is there for Arsenal. And again. Donaghy up, well above Rocastle. Hill once more. Richardson's forwards, and Foster's back. Ahead of Adams. It'll recover quickly. Needed to with Mick Harford around.
I think the pure physical presence of Harford has unsettled and Adams and Caesar a little bit this afternoon.
Sampson. Foster away. Wilson. Couldn't get Steen away. That's another go though. Breaker. Harford chasing this time. Caesar's the only one back. Harford going on. And Winterburn gets it back to Lukic.
The only significant change I can see at the moment in the Arsenal setup is that Richardson looks to be playing a little bit wider, Brian. But otherwise, so far, nothing else.
Caesar. Trying to get Smith away. Went through that challenge well enough. Found Priest. He's got Black outside him. He's got Ricky Hill, Brian Steen and Mick Harford forward. And here's Kingsley Black. Next to go on the outside, which is crossed in! And Harford was in there. Enjoys doing that, whipping on the outside. An excellent crossover ball. Combines well with Mick Harford. And Harford's just wide of the mark under pressure from Sanson. David Fleet?
Yeah, Kingsley's not got explosive pace, but he's got this ability to manoeuvre an angle to get the cross in. And Harford thrives on those type of crosses.
Caesar under pressure from Harford, and Harford's got away from him. Brian Steen's waiting in the middle. Can Harford get to that one? Crossed in by him. Brilliant piece of goalkeeping by Lukic from the header from Brian Steen, and Luton within a whisker of being two ahead. Tremendous piece of goalkeeping there by Lukic. That 6-foot frame of his stretched to the very last inch. And Luton win their first corner of the game. Fabulous piece of goalkeeping.
Fantastic save and fantastic bit of attacking play, and I think that will lift the whole game.
All right, here we go with a corner for Luton. Up goes Harford again. And Ricky Hill into the side netting. And Arsenal just for that moment back on their heels. And Luton looking diligently for the comfort of and the cushion of a second goal. But a tremendous piece of goalkeeping by big John Lukic. Here's Priest. Winterburn. Sanson back. Brian Steen so close to his second goal. Luton still leading by a goal to nil. Foster versus Smith. It's certainly worth looking at again because it was a lovely little piece of play there in the first place by Black. A good header there, and in fact flicked it onto the post from Lukic. Richardson. Now what sort of reply do we get from Arsenal? Foul by Breaker on Groves. Free kick to Arsenal. Chance for them to lift one high and test the abilities once again of Donaghy and Foster. Kevin Richardson with the free kick for Arsenal. Adams has gone forward as well. Well taken out of the air there by Dibble. So in the space of a couple of minutes, both these huge goalkeepers using their height to very good effect. Right at the other end of the field there, Lukic, as you can see, 100% concentration. And he'll get there first, will he? No, he got there first, but he was trying a little dribble around Brian Steen. Luton's throw. A really lively start to the second half then, with 8 minutes of it gone, and Luton still leading by a goal to nil. Johnson with a header. There's Harper ducking in once more, but this time Caesar can measure up the pass forward. It's a long, hopeful one. Foster getting it back. Such experience. 30 years old, Steve Foster. So too is Mal Donaghy. Harper, I don't know whether he did get the header down, but it fell for Steen. Bringing Black into it again. This is where so much of the trouble can come from, but that time Winterburn kept him out. He looks up, he'll see Johnson, and here he is. Johnson's crossed this time, but this time it was Harford struggling to get his head to that one under pressure from Tony Adams. Goal kick.
I don't think there's any question about it. Ray Harford has suggested that Kingsley Black must have a little bit of the ball to give him confidence. He likes working the ball, he needs the ball, and at the moment Luton's strength in this half has come down this flank with good early balls in, and all of a sudden Luton have the ascendancy in territorial play for the first time.
Two managers in picture there. Stanley Wilson takes it up again. Free kick. Forward for this. Full pass now for Danny Wilson, bringing Breaker into it on the far side. Cross to Ricky Hill. Crowd it out, so Breaker will have to try again. A deep across this time. Tony Adams meeting that one for Arsenal. There's Crease, and here's Winterburn. Foster wanting to stop him get forward, but Winterburn stopped in the end by Breaker. Season he's had an earlier spell of 19 games with only one goal in it, Alan Smith, and he's in fact only had one in the last 9 as well. Really started the season in a very free scoring mood. Formerly of Leicester City, of course. There by Lukic. Oh, and Winterburn stumbles and Black goes on, played there. No, not a good ball. He tried to curl that into the path of Harford, but he showed too much of it to Lukic. And a lot of promising things for Luton are coming down this left flank now from 19-year-old Kingsley Black. Here he is again. Here he is again. This time persuading Johnson to make a little break for him. Now Priest. There's Kingsley back again. He was a Luton fan, used to stand on the terraces at Kenilworth Road. Modelled himself, he says, on David Moss. He was a good winger there for Luton. His heroes were Brian Steen and Ricky Hill, and here he is playing at Wembley with them.
feeling, Brian, that Arsenal might have to send on someone with a bit of thrust, maybe a Hayes to go wide and to try and get round the outside, because at the moment Rocastle's being forced in the inside to defend against Luton's better touch play, and Richardson also is now come in field. So they haven't really got the width to supply Groves or Smith.
Sanson getting in there, but Ricky Hill got there first. Here's Sanson. Rocastle. Harford took a knock there a moment ago. But here's Davis now for Arsenal. Stopped by Donaghy. And a nice little bit of play there involving Ricky Hill and Danny Wilson, finding Black. Foul on him by Sanson, or rather a crease. Foul on him by Sanson.
I think Ricky Hill so far has been magnificent. He hasn't had a lot of match play, but he's playing the ball with maximum efficiency. He's just touching it off to other people. He's not wasting any energy running with the ball and making it difficult for himself. And he's making Luton play the early stuff in midfield, and it's good to see.
I mentioned a moment ago that Mick Harford had taken a knock, and in fact it's he who's getting treatment now. Ricky Hill, he's had one Wembley appearance here when he played for England back in 1982 against West Germany. Well, there's Martin Hayes. The feeling is that David Pleat feels at any rate that he might well be on very shortly. A man, in fact, who was their top scorer last season with 24 goals, 12 of those from the penalty spot. And young Mark Steen warming up, the 22-year-old brother of the man who scored the only goal so far. Nick, who's one England cap, came on as a sub against Israel. And okay to go on as Rob Johnson takes a free kick for Luton Town. Hit towards Harford, but he really couldn't get off the ground. He's in a bit of trouble in Harford. Well, we're coming up to the quarter of an hour mark in this second half. Half an hour to go, and Luton still leading by a goal to nil. Sanson, Smith, Breaker. Rocastle. Richardson. Goes Smith. And it was Crease who got it away. Rocastle, a nice turn. Crease trying to get in there. There was a foul by Rocastle. And Harford, in fact, limping off the field on the other side now. And Martin Hayes coming on for Arsenal. And they're going to take off Perry Groves. So I can't quite see how they're going to work that out now. Hayes will come over onto this left side. I'm just wondering what Kevin Richardson's part's going to be now. And will it be a straight swap, do you think?
No, I think Hayes will run free up front, and I think we'll play Rocastle wider on the right, more as an orthodox outside right. But I would have, it must have been a difficult one for George. I would feel, two lots of pace. Hayes and Groves might have been a winner, but we've got 30 minutes to find out.
Meanwhile, Mick Harford is still off the field, and Luton at the moment playing with 10 men as Rocastle comes forward. And here's Hayes getting his first touch. He's gone past Foster. Gets it to Smith. And now Rocastle. Richardson on the far side. Good cross in by him. Foster there again. Davis hitting it first time. And no, it doesn't go out of play. Smith with a header. Beautifully saved by Dibble. Flag was up, was it?
Yes, an offside decision has been given. And I'm sure Smith would be relieved at that, because in actual fact I think he picked the wrong option there, and I think across the goal once again was the better opportunity for Arsenal.
Harford back on the field again. Luton back to full strength, but he's given a goal kick. So maybe he overruled the linesman. At any rate, it was an excellent piece of goalkeeping going there. Good reactions there by Andy Dibble. And Luton still cling to this one-goal lead. Adams. Smith. Davis, offside this time against Hayes. Free kick to Luton. Crucial time this for Luton, really, with players like Priest and Hill who are short of match fitness. It's now that it really will begin to tell.
I think so, but they've held on and done so well that will give them an extra yard anyway. That will give them a lift. If they were behind, it would be even more difficult for Hill and for Priest.
This one turns it for Breaker. We hear from the other side that Mick Harford turned an ankle, but the physio Dave Gallier said, I think you can go on, and Mick is more than happy to do that.
I think Mark Steen could well be brought into the fray, Brian.
Away by Kingsley back. Well, there you are. Ricky Hill away. Sanson playing it in. Oof. I think Tony Adams realised that the ball was there and it was clear for him for just a moment. Winterburn playing it wide. Good spell this for Arsenal. Richardson trying to get it crossed. The flag is up and the ball is out of play. And you're quite right, David. Mark Steen is coming on. And Mick Harford is coming off. So although the physio may have felt that it was right for Mick Harford to go on, Mick obviously felt otherwise. And little Mark Steen comes on, 22 years old. He was really upset when he was left out of the side yesterday. There was newspaper talk this morning that he walked out on the camp and went back to his parents' home last night. Ray Harford, the manager, didn't want to talk about that, but he's back here as a sub, and now he's playing. And he's had quite a good record, 12 goals this season, and here he is now, looking to make another one, or score it himself, and the chance was certainly there. Well, he's the smallest man on the field at 5'3", but he could have been a really big man for Luton in that moment. His first touch this.
It's very clever, Mark, and he can do clever little things with the ball, but there's always been a slight doubt about his finishing. But he'll be bright now, and the more Arsenal push forward, the more he'll get into the space behind Arsenal's defence. So it might work to Luton's advantage.
Two brothers then, Mark and Brian Steen up front for Luton Town as Kevin Richardson. Foster away. Luton still leading by 1-0, 25 minutes left. Gus Caesar for Arsenal. Donachie diving in low and bravely there against Martin Hayes. It's Luton's throw.